Good morning. Today's day 18, and I left Fromista before 8 a.m. in my normal schedule. Not as chilly as every morning, but still chilly. I think that as the weeks go on, I get closer to October. Fall's going to start hitting. In fact, today, I walked about 19 kilometers, which wasn't terrible, and it was fairly flat to a town called Carrión de los Condos. It's still on the way towards Astorga. I'll be hitting a city called Leon in the next 3 to 4 days. You can see, the morning sunrise is always my favorite. I always pick a spot to try to take a picture of the sun rising where I'm at. I turn around. The sun is always facing to my back, rising from the east, obviously. I hit a couple really small towns along the way, but you can see here I start going into some farmlands. This was an alternative route away from the highway main drag, but I soon found out that it added like 2 or 3 kilometers. So I cut through another path towards the highway to make it more of a straight shot to Carrión de los Condes. I saw these cats. I tried to feed them Oreos. They don't like Oreos. I didn't have any other food. The town was full of them, actually. This is before I cut across, and it was quite shaded and it was cold. So I cut across the fields, like I said, in a path. And then you're going to start seeing how this turns into like a walk along a highway, but on a path. You're always keeping an eye on the cars and the trucks passing by. God knows what can happen. Here's where I started on the highway trail. It's like alongside the highway. It's just vast. This is, you can see miles ahead. You could see the town you're going to in some cases that are 7 kilometers away, which is, amazing at times. And then you're approaching a hill and you see this. It's like nothing but wheat fields. Sun's on you. It was a little breezy, so it was quite comfortable. And the path today wasn't as rocky, so my feet took a well-needed break. This morning I woke up with some really achy feet, even after I put on the creams but I didn't take a painkiller today. I'm going to take a painkiller. Tomorrow will be a 24 and a half to 25 kilometer day. It's going to be a rough one, I think, with the heat. And then in the next couple days, there's going to be a thunderstorm or some rain, hopefully in the morning, and I don't see it. Let's see. This is another small town. This is the movie thing keeps mixing some of the churches from the earlier night, so it's not as... Oh, no. This is the town right before I hit Carrión. There was a nice church again. And then you'll see the statue. And then I met my friend Brian, the priest, the Eucharistic, the priest that I connected with, and we took pictures of one another. And then we spent the last 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers walking together, maybe 6, I can't remember. And then we hooked up with another friend that we had met. Both of us independently met with this woman who lives in Denver, but, lived in, I forget where, but she did some work for J&J. She worked for a company that supported J&J, so she's a chemist of sorts. Her name was Dee, or Deep D. She was a really nice Indian woman, and we spent the last few miles just walking together, talking, about our experiences and our stays. She spends a lot of time in hostels, and I only have 2 more to go, and then the rest are independent single rooms. This is as we were approaching the town. Usually at this point my feet are hurting me, but since the roads were pretty good, I was actually walking pretty fast, and I just wanted to get into town. This town is actually quite pretty. I went to a camping store and I had to buy a quilted jacket and a pair of like convertible pants that can convert to shorts, because it is going to start getting colder, so I need that protection. So I went a little shopping today. Now I got to figure out how to fit this stuff in the limited bags. Here's Brian and Dee and I as we approached the town. So we each took a similar picture. And this was the church in town. Pretty cool. And we went in. I actually think I have a couple pictures of the church. I did light a candle for someone really special, Grace DeBartolo, my cousin Gracie. It's not someone I had mentioned so far, but she's always in my thoughts. And I wanted to pick the right church, but I've been not finding one that I thought worked. So I picked this one. The candles were with Saint Michael, and I thought that it would be a good way to think about Grace and pray for her. So I think that's it. And on to tomorrow, day 19. We're approaching almost the halfway mark, which I can't believe. Hopefully it'll go quick. I do miss the family. Bye. A guy walking with 3 dogs. Forgot to mention that. Really cool. They were lying down together, like taking a nap after their walk. And so cute.